Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Beth, here to help you fulfill your potential in meditation. As most of you know, I don't have just one method that I teach to everybody, like one size fits all. Instead, I much prefer to teach people one-on-one, and the reason is that you're all different. So please use these videos as a guideline, and if there's anything that isn't quite working for you, anything that doesn't quite fit, then be in touch and I'll be more than happy to discuss those things with you individually. Today's video is about practicing the second jhana, and it's going to be most relevant to you if you can already practice the first jhana. If you're not yet there, then I've made another video on practicing the first jhana. I'll put the link to that one just below this one so you can take a look at that and practice that one first. Now, if you are already well established in the first jhana and you want to move to the second jhana, this is the video for you. And the first thing that we need to do is to re-enter the first jhana. Now, we don't need to re-enter the first jhana for the whole meditation sitting because we want to leave some time to attempt the second jhana. So we can re-enter the first jhana for, let's say, half an hour. Once that half an hour is up, as usual, we can bring our attention to the heart base and we can see the 5 jhana factors there. Now, when we reflect on these jhana factors, we might notice that out of these 5, the first 2 jhana factors of vitakka and vichara, applied and sustained thought, are relatively coarse. They're relatively close to access concentration. Whereas the other 3 jhana factors of piti, sukha, ekaggata, joy, happiness and one-pointedness, are more subtle, they're more refined. We can notice that if these 2 jhana factors of vitakka and vichara were not there, the mind would be more peaceful. And so we make the wish for vitakka and vichara to be left behind. We make the wish for their removal. We don't need to do anything else. We just notice their coarseness and wish for them to be removed. And then we return our focus to the nimitta, to our meditation object. And we continue to focus on the nimitta without any extra investigation for the rest of our meditation sitting until the end of our meditation. If we investigate, is it the second jhana yet, is it not, then surely it won't be, because investigation is an imperfection of our concentration. Investigation needs vitakka and vichara to do. So if we want to remove vitakka and vichara, we don't want to be investigating. So we make our wish for those 2 jhana factors to be removed. We focus back on the nimitta until the end of our meditation. At the end of our meditation, we again bring our attention to the heart base and we see which jhana factors are there. Now, it might be that again we see all 5 of the jhana factors there. In that case, it means that for that meditation we actually stayed in the first jhana. It doesn't matter, it just means we can try again in our next meditation to reflect on the jhana factors in the way that I've just described. But it might be that at the end of the meditation we notice that only 3 jhana factors remain. In other words, vitakka and vichara are no longer present in the mind. Instead, we are focusing on the nimitta using piti, sukha and ekaggata, joy, happiness and one-pointedness. If this is the case, then we can be confident that we've reached the second jhana. Once we've done that, what we want to do next is to gradually reduce the amount of time that we spend in the first jhana. So, we can try entering the jhana for 15 minutes, the first jhana for 15 minutes, emerging from the first jhana, reflecting on the 5 jhana factors, making the wish to remove the first 2 jhana factors of vitakka and vichara, applied and sustained thought, and then focusing back on the nimitta and entering the second jhana for the remainder of the sit. If we can do that successfully, then we can try practicing the first jhana for only 5 minutes and then shifting to the second jhana for the rest of the sit. If we can get our time in the first jhana down to 5 minutes and then spend the rest of the meditation in the second jhana, then it's time to practice mastery of the second jhana. I've made a separate video on mastery. I'll put the link just below this one so you can take a look at that one if you're unclear what the masteries are or why they're important. For now, I'll just say in brief that we want to learn how to enter the second jhana whenever we want, stay in it without interruption, emerge from the second jhana again whenever we want, and to be sure on when emerging from the second jhana, which jhana it is, so we're really clear on reflecting on those jhana factors. If we can do that, then we can say that we're already successful in the second jhana, and it might be time even to move on to the third jhana. I'm going to make a separate video on the third jhana, so you can take a look at that one if you're curious about how to go a step deeper. Now, if you're encountering any difficulty, if anything isn't clear to you in this transition from the first to the second jhana, then be in touch with me and I'll be more than happy to discuss these things with you individually. There's a remainderless ending of all suffering, so let's not waste time. Let's get confident with these states of jhana that are such an important part of our path to liberation. As most of you know, I do all of my work on a donation basis, so I encourage you to support me either through my website or through Patreon so that I can continue to make these videos. Thank you so much for your support. Wishing you the best with your meditation.